Thank you for joining us today. To discuss this crucial topic, we have Angela, a dedicated wellness coordinator who specializes in mental health and HIV/AIDS support. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
For the first segment, we'd like to tackle the topic understanding the connection between mental health and HIV/AIDS in patients. Yeah, so the first question that I'd like to pose is how does living with HIV/AIDS impact mental health, and why is addressing mental health so important for those affected?
HIV has a great impact on how the mental health of a person is, especially because those people tend to be depressed, have anxiety, fear of the unknown because of the sudden news. So addressing mental health is very important because it leads to adherence of the treatments that they are given and also improves the quality of life that that person has.
Um, so, based on what you've said, what are some common health issues or health challenges faced by individuals diagnosed with HIV and AIDS?
Most of the people who are diagnosed with HIV and AIDS, they tend to present with mental illnesses such as depression, which can be due to acceptance. It's hard for them to accept their status, and also they suffer from anxiety. They have low self-esteem, and they also have social isolation, as I may call it, because they tend to stay away from people because they fear being stigmatized.
Okay. Yeah, you've even mentioned stigma. So the second part, the segment we were going to tackle is actually breaking the stigma.
Yeah.
So we normally know that stigma remains a significant barrier. So how does stigma surrounding HIV and AIDS and mental health affect people who are usually seeking help from professionals?
Actually, stigma plays a very big role in affecting a person's attitude towards the condition because stigma creates isolation. It also discriminates people. So people tend to isolate themselves and not seek help because they fear being judged by other people. So we really advocate for people to know about the disease and avoid stigmatizing people so that they can be able to come up and
Yeah.
seek help that they need so that they can be able to manage the condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another question on still on stigma. So what role does a community education play in reducing stigma and creating a supportive environment for that?
Okay, community education is also very crucial because it creates awareness among people of all walks of life, different ages, because there are many myths and misconceptions in the community. So we need to debunk those myths by educating those people, by campaigning about the condition, HIV and AIDS, so that they can know that it is not treatable, but it is manageable through treatment and also counseling. So it plays a big role there, the community education. Yeah, it also breaks the barrier that people have, and also, you know, people do not stigmatize at all if they have education and knowledge about the condition.
Okay, that's so insightful. Yeah, the next topic is the available resources. So, on a normal day, access to resources can be a lifeline. So, what does mental health resources, what does, what mental health resources are available for individuals living with HIV and AIDS?
There are various mental health services
Yeah.
offered, especially from the lowest point, like the clinics. You can get counseling services where you have a one-on-one chat with a counselor.
Yeah.
You discuss your needs, your intake of medication, and how the medications are you're coping up with them. And also there are VCT centers where you can also go and seek counseling and advice from people who are specialized in that. We also have integrated services where in certain hospitals they offer medication and also the counseling services together. and also peer support groups where they go and support each other emotionally by advising each others and telling each other stories so that they can learn from each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing that HIV and AIDS is a really big challenge to individuals on a personal level, um, we'd like to discuss how you encourage self-care and support to those affected, how they deal with their day-to-day activities, how they actually they're going to manage to live with the disease, because uh, to many people, when they find out that they have HIV and AIDS, it's normally a life-changing moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything else
Yeah.
changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you discuss or let us focus on the individuals themselves?
So first of all, the big thing to do is acceptance. You need to accept that your status has changed so that you can have a positive attitude towards managing the condition. Because once you have a positive attitude, then you are able to take the medication and you are able to manage the disease as it is. I will also advocate for taking one step at a time by seeking counseling, by talking to people, because self isolation really does not help. So, talking to people about the condition and being open about it plays a big role, and also practicing good hygiene habits because people who have HIV and AIDS have a low immunity, so they are prone to opportunistic diseases like TB, and I will advocate for them to, be a bit meticulous with their hygiene so that they can be able to manage the condition well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another part in that, the advice that you'd give to someone who has uh, newly been diagnosed with HIV and AIDS and is struggling emotionally.
Struggling emotionally. Okay, a person who is struggling emotionally, first of all, is seek counseling, seek for help, talk to people who are around you, talk to your peers, even seek support from your family because those are the closest to you. And because when you stay alone, it tends to bring you down. It tends to bring your esteem down. So mostly talking to people and opening up about the condition really helps. And also in the peer support groups that they normally form even at a community level, they can really go a long way in helping them, elevate their emotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, you've even touched a crucial part, the family members and friends. So, how would you advise the family members and friends to best support a loved one dealing with HIV and AIDS and mental health challenges?
Okay, so first of all is supporting them through the medication phase
Yeah.
because HIV is a lifelong disease that you manage every day with medications. So supporting them and probably setting reminders for them to take their medication. Also supporting their nutrition because they really need good nutrition so that they cannot suffer the side effects of the medications. And also generally talking to them, encouraging them to continue with their day-to-day activities will go a long way in supporting them throughout this phase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another part is still on the individuals themselves, the self care practices that you'd recommend to help manage stress and promote mental well being for those who are affected.
Okay, to manage stress, we recommend them. First of all, we recommend the peer support groups. They really go a long way because they are able to share amongst each other uh, how their progress is, their life stories, and also they can take some time alone and go for walks, like for nature walks, and also engage in practices such as meditation,
Yeah.
so that they can take some time to relax and try to figure out life even with their condition. Yeah, so mostly that is what we would advise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so the next topic that I'd like us to discuss is call to action.
Mm-hmm.
So before we wrap up,
Mm-hmm.
we'd like to talk about hope and action.
Mm-hmm.
The message that you'd like to give to individuals living with HIV and AIDS about the importance of seeking help for their mental health.
Okay, so first of all, I advocate that they should not shun away from seeking help. They should not keep themselves apart from other people, so that we can know how to manage the condition together. It is a teamwork thing. It's not an individual thing. So first of all, we advocate for them to go for regular checkups, regular screening, because we need to monitor the viral load in the body so that we can know the progress with their medications. And also, they continue to practice uh, such behaviors like safe sex, usage of barrier method like the condoms, and generally maintain good hygiene practices to avoid opportunistic diseases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still on this topic, the call to action. Where can viewers go to learn more or connect with support services?
Okay, so the good thing about this current generation is that there are online platforms where you can learn about mental health and also its impact on HIV and AIDS patients. So they can get articles online. They can also visit nearby clinic or hospitals. There's usually a clinic dedicated to management of HIV and AIDS patients, and also yeah, there are brochures where they can learn about the disease itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Agnes, for being here,
Yes. Thank
uh, for sharing these insights and resources that are going to help the individuals that are struggling with HIV and AIDS. Your work is truly making a difference. And to our viewers, mental health support is available and you are not alone. So take the first step, engage with people, seek medical advice, and most importantly, take care of yourself. Yeah, that's all we had for you today. Have a nice time.